Hello, welcome back, United fans. Really happy. Manchester United coach Ruben Amorim speaks out on Marcus Rashford form. Marcus Rashford scored his fourth Aston Villa goal against Man City in midweek amid the likelihood he has played his last game for United. Ruben Amorim has reiterated Manchester United are really happy about Marcus Rashford's form for Aston Villa. Rashford started ahead of striker Ollie Watkins again in Villa's 2-1 Premier League defeat at Manchester City in midweek and scored from the penalty spot. The 27-year-old has managed 4 goals for Villa, and Rashford played a key role in their comeback victory against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League quarter-final second leg last week. Villa have an option to buy the winger for £40 million. Rashford is resigned to never playing for United again and wants to join a Champions League club in the summer. United plan to sell Rashford and fellow attacking loanees Antony and Jadon Sancho to fund moves for Wolves playmaker Matheus Cunha and Ipswich Town striker Liam Delap. Antony has got 5 goals and 4 assists on loan for Real Betis, while Sancho has managed only 3 goals for Chelsea. Chelsea have an obligation to buy Sancho for a potential fee of £25 million, while United need a fee of around £32 million to avoid a loss on Antony under the Premier League's profitability and sustainability rules. All the players that are on loan will return, and then the club will decide what to do at the end of the season, Amorim clarified. The talent of Rashford, the talent of Antony, all these players, they have talent and have to put it on the team. We are really happy because if you put one player on loan, the best thing for us is for them to perform, and they are performing. Amorim reiterated he will continue to be self-critical regardless of United's form. The Portuguese has suffered 11 Premier League defeats since he took over in early November, and United are 14th in the table. I think it's that conversation, connecting with that feeling of we have to win every game and every game is important, Amorim added. So we have to put our standards, even without winning, put them really, really high, and I feel every day that the board understands the context. And they especially understand what we want to do, and our idea is really clear. So I am critical because we are not winning games. We are Manchester United and near the bottom of the table. We need to be critical no matter what happens. Even if we lost one game in one free kick and missed some goals inside the box. It doesn't matter. That is the feeling that I want. That feeling inside Carrington. Manchester United suffer major injury setback. Diogo Dalot has been an ever-present for Man United for the best part of 3.5 years since he returned from his loan with AC Milan. Manchester United defender Diogo Dalot has been ruled out of their upcoming matches with a calf injury. Dalot was not visible in the imagery and footage released from United's training session on Wednesday, and he could miss the rest of the season. The 26-year-old suffered the injury after he came on in the 1-0 defeat to Wolves on Sunday. It marks the first injury that Dalot has sustained since January 2023. Dalot started in 31 of United's 33 Premier League games and missed 1 fixture through suspension. Dalot started in 35 of United's 38 league matches last term. Ahmad is nearing a return from an ankle injury, and United hope to have Matthijs de Ligt back soon. Ahmad has been sidelined for more than 2 months, while de Ligt has missed the last 5 games with a foot injury. When asked if Dalot could not play again this term, United coach Ruben Amorim said, "There is that possibility, but I don't know. We will check week by week because he works really hard. He can recover quite well. We'll see. He has something in his muscle, his calf. He had a sequence of games. He played all the time. We try to manage, but the players play a lot of minutes and not so ready to cope with that. Dalot felt something. We don't know how long he's going to be out. But he's out for these next games. Ahmad is near, but the rest is at the same pace. Aiden Heaven is not ready, so that's it. Dalot's absence could see Patrick Dorga switch to the right wing, with Harry Amass a potential option on the left wing after his starts against Newcastle United and Wolves. Nasser Mazraoui played on the right wing under Amorim before Dorga came in, but the Moroccan has slotted in at centre-back in recent weeks. Amorim is set to select a strong side at Bournemouth on Sunday to maintain United starters' match rhythm heading into their Europa League semi-final first leg against Athletic Bilbao on Thursday. The focus is we have to face it, and we need to have that feeling that every game here is important, and we have to win every game because that is the feeling that it's important not to lose. You can see the context. We are going to face this game with the best team. We had a full week to prepare. Some of the players didn't play against Wolverhampton, so sometimes if you recover so much the players, it's a bad thing. I will try to manage everything to win this game and prepare for this game and try and win the next one. What I'm saying with our current squad, you have to take a risk and choose a priority. I want to put the best players, the best starting 11 in every game, and sometimes it's hard for me to take a risk in the Premier League. Because sometimes the games in the Premier League are tougher than the Europa League. But in this moment we have to make choices and Juventus plot major move for Man Utd's Rasmus Højlund to replace Euro 45M rated PSG target. Paris Saint-Germain's decision to move on from Randall Kolo Muani has opened the door for a new number 9 to join Gonçalo Ramos up front this summer. One name reportedly on their radar is Juventus striker Dusan Vlahovic. According to Caught Offside, PSG started keeping tabs on the Serbian international at the start of the year as he can now be had at a reasonable price this summer. Arsenal and Manchester United are also in the mix, but PSG's interest could ramp up the competition. With just a year left on his deal, Juventus may be forced to lower their asking price to secure a fee rather than losing Vlahovic as a free agent in 2026. What's the latest on Dusan Vlahovic? Juventus are putting together a list of potential strikers as they look to part ways with Vlahovic in the upcoming transfer window, according to Calcio Mercato. One of the top names being considered is Rasmus Højlund, the young forward from Manchester United. The Danish international has reportedly impressed Juventus scouts and is high on the club's wishlist as they plan changes to their attack. Also drawing interest is Matheus Cunha of Wolverhampton Wanderers. A previous report from Caught Offside indicated that Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, and Newcastle United have all shown strong interest in Vlahovic. Top European clubs like Barcelona and Bayern Munich are also monitoring the Juventus striker, with Juventus reportedly open to selling him for around €50 to €55 million. The 24-year-old is shaping up to be an attractive option. The report also noted that some Premier League clubs are considering offers in the region of €45 million. Louis van Gaal punched Ryan Giggs as pair met to discuss which Man United players to axe. Ryan Giggs became Louis van Gaal's assistant coach during his time at Manchester United, and the Dutch manager instantly took the club icon by surprise. Ryan Giggs has recalled his bizarre interaction with Louis van Gaal as they met to discuss the Manchester United squad. The Dutch coach was appointed United manager in 2014 and shocked Giggs with his greeting before delving into his transfer plans. Giggs ended the 2013-14 season in temporary charge of the club, stepping up from his role as player-coach following David Moyes' sacking. The Welshman won 2 matches in his 4-game stint before being named Van Gaal's assistant that summer. The club was unaccustomed to managerial churn, given Sir Alex Ferguson had called time on his illustrious reign at Old Trafford only a year earlier. It did give Giggs an opportunity to get new perspectives from different coaches. However, he was still unprepared for Van Gaal's unorthodox nature when the time came to decide United's outgoings. I flew out to Holland to meet Louis. So we met him in a hotel room, Giggs said on the Rio Ferdinand Presents podcast presented by Qatar Airways. Louis was mad. He was mad. So he's opened the door, I'm with Ed Woodward, and Louis looked at me and punched me right in the stomach. He's gone, you are in good shape, and just punching, a little dig. I'm thinking, what is he doing? And he said, I have a list of names. I want you to tell me who stays and who goes. So anyway, we went through the squad. After joking that he told Van Gaal to release Ferdinand, Giggs added, I've just gone tick, tick. I think we were one out. So instantly he was like, yeah, I agree with that. Same thinking, same thinking. And he said, you know, I want you to be my assistant and you will help me. It was a summer of change at United as club icons such as Ferdinand, Patrice Evra, Nemanja Vidic, and Darren Fletcher all left on free transfers. Van Gaal bought in a young Luke Shaw, with Daley Blind and Ander Herrera bolstering the midfield, coupled with the marquee arrivals of Angel Di Maria and Radamel Falcao. United improved from 6th to 4th in the Premier League that season, and the legendary Dutch manager also guided the club to FA Cup glory the following year. Giggs enjoyed learning new things from Van Gaal, having spent his entire playing career under Ferguson. Louis was really good for me because he was, like, a different way of how I'd worked before, Giggs told Ferdinand. Obviously different than Sir Alex. It's different than David Moyes. And he was very much a teacher. Very much, you know, obviously Dutch thinking, everything is logical. But I learned a lot, and I've taken a lot into the way that I managed from Louis. And he was really good with me. He added, just the way that he worked, really. The way that his leadership. He was very much like Sir Alex in the